G'day, VW here, and how you doing? Today's video is importing a car into Australia and what's involved, what are the costs, and beware of the hidden costs. In this video, we're going to cover how to import a classic VW into Australia. Step one is to check the eligibility of your vehicle. And to do that, you need to go to the Department of Infrastructure's webpage, which is www.infrastructure.gov.au. This is their homepage. And if you have a look, this will have all the information you require. So if you come across here, apply for a vehicle import or to import vehicles into Australia. This first bit's just about COVID, but where you want to go is to this eligibility assessment. Click that, and we're going to be importing a used car. These are all the options here in this list. So we go to a used car. The type of import we're doing is a pre-January 89, so we click that. We haven't owned the vehicle, haven't lived there and owned the vehicle, so we click no. And so you need the vehicle manufactured before option. And so this is the option that we're going to use to import it, which is the easiest. The only thing with this is there's some controls around the vehicle, and that it can't be a hot rod or anything like that. So the checks are this list below. Has it been converted to right-hand drive? Are there body mods? Chassis of the vehicle, has it been modified? Has it got the original engine? It just goes through all the transmission. It goes through the front suspension, the steering system, and really what they're looking, the rear suspension, what they're looking for is that there's no radical modifications on the vehicle. So if your VW is close to stock, here's the braking system, it should get through, no problem at all. So then you move on, well, how do I apply? And you'll see there's a link over there, you just click that. And the first thing you have to do is you have to register with the Department of Infrastructure. So step two, we're going to register with the Department of Infrastructure. We're an individual, so we've got to register as an individual. I'm not doing it for an organization. So I'm acting on my own behalf. I'm not using an agent. So you click Client Portal. And then you need to register. So I've got my details there, but otherwise you just need to sign in and you get this page, and you just need to fill out your details on this page. So now that you've registered, step three is to actually fill out the submission form, your application form to import your VW. And once you fill that out, you need to submit it and pay your $50 application fee. So this is really what the application form looks like. So I've just redacted all my details, but effectively as you go through, you fill out the form, and you need to have all the documents ready, and it's looking for like photos of the front, the back, and the side, and the engine. That's what I gave for my vehicle. It's looking if it's got any past registration papers. They're looking for a nice sort of bill of sale or bank verification that you've paid the money, but it's all on the website there, so have a look, and then you fill out your application. On to step four, and basically we're just waiting to get the import approval. This is what it looks like. So they send you this letter, really just tells you that you have permission to import the vehicle. Again, I've just redacted some of the details, but basically I'm allowed to import a 1971 Volkswagen Type 2. My VW bus came from South Africa. So on the South African side, I had to get the vehicle collected and taken to the shipper's yard, which was $250. It then had to have an asbestos check and a clean. This is a requirement to get into Australia. And my Kombi had some asbestos on the brakes, so the brake shoes had to be changed, the rear brake shoes had to be changed. So that was $400. And then my shipper also had to get a police clearance. I'm not sure if all countries need that, but that was another $400 to get the police clearance so that they were able to export the car from South Africa and put it on a ship to Australia. The next step is to get a quote from your shipping agent, and just be careful when you ask for this quote that they include everything, because there's a whole lot of items that they might not actually put in their quote. So here's a list of everything that you need with the amounts that I actually paid. So it's ocean freight, which is actually the ship coming across the sea. There's a container fee on the Australian side. There's a shipping line order fee, container pickup and return. Then there's their management fee, and then 1.5% marine insurance, 1.5% of the value of the vehicle. There was a valuation fee as well. Step 7 is now to ship the Kombi. And so the Kombi was shipped from Durban in South Africa to Perth in Australia. And the shipping route they followed was from Durban up to Singapore. It then went from Singapore to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong to Osaka in Japan, then Tokyo in Japan, and then it came back down through Indonesia to Perth, Australia. When my Kombi arrived in Australia, it was sent for biosecurity cleaning. This also brought a fee of $605, and then the reinspection fee was $80. What was very interesting was that when the vehicle actually arrived on my front lawn, there was no cleaning, high pressure wash or anything. So I'm not sure if that is real or if that is just a money-making exercise. The other thing that you'll need to do on the Australian side is customs clearance. You have quarantine inspections, quarantine inspection attendance, and then you need to pay GST, import GST on the vehicle you're bringing in. The other thing you'll need to have is a cartage metro fee, which is to get the vehicle from the port to your house, and in my case that was around $200. So here the Kombi is at last at our house in Australia, and that's just a shot from the front, and then here's a shot of the Kombi from the rear. So at last I got my Kombi shipped to Australia. So now that the vehicle is here in Australia, let me just go through the recap of the costs. So the first step was the import permit, which was $50. Then in the country of origin, mine being South Africa, I had a cost of $1,050. The shipping alone cost $5,450. And then on the Australian side, with the import duty and all the cleaning and inspections, was $2,400. So the total cost to ship the car from South Africa to Australia was $8,950. So it's quite expensive exercise. When people say, it costs $2,000 or $3,000 to ship a car, yeah, that might just be the shipping of the ship on the sea alone, but without all the other hidden costs. So if you want to do this exercise, make sure you include all these other items. All right, I hope that was useful. Thanks for watching, and God bless. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me any comments.